Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Black Spin. So I'm here real quick, white power. I would have they do that Bishop Arian was black with the Aryan nation be so upset. We all know where that comes from. That's why on the walls of Egypt you see the swastika, what they call the swastika to this day, which just really represents the circumnavigation of the cosmos. But whatever. And we all know Emperor Constantine called Bishop out to the Council of Nicaea along with all the other leaders to let them know that Jesus was going to be the new thing. And Bishop Arian was like, nah, not likely. We're not going to do that. And then him and all his followers went underground and blah, 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 blah. But anyway, that's not what I'm here to I'm here to talk about. I'm here to talk about come on, my white brothers and sisters. They stormed the goddamn Capitol. Now, I waited to do a video on this because I knew everybody was going to say the whole thing. Oh, if they were black, they would have got blew up. Oh, if they were black, they would be dead. Well, the Black Panthers are black, and they did that and stood in their shit on Capitol Hill. So, yeah, let's not say that. But I will say that I'm proud of them because when you see something wrong and you see something you don't like and you take matters in your own hands and you be willing to die for that shit, period. Whether you get what you want, whether you fail, whether you pass, whether you succeed. The fact is that they thought Trump was being cheated and they said, you got us fucked up, and they stormed the fucking White House. Point blank, period. Which is something that we haven't done in over 50 years. Where we know they got us fucked up. We know the things that they do against us. Things like compulsory education. Things like industrialism, racism, genetic engineering, social engineering, and genetic engineering. We know that they have mental warfare. They have medical warfare. You know what I'm saying? They got this fake weed that use us as ground zero so that they industrialize the manufacturization, Webster did it, of marijuana. They put this fake weed out there for us as testing ground. You only need a controlled environment and a few other key elements to perform an experiment. And then they modified it, put it out there and sell it to the youth as dro. Even though hydro is what it used to be called, hydroponic, and it actually had to grow in water. This shit is growing in dirt. But no one is making that correlation that this shit is also synthetic. You know what I'm saying? And because they left the synthetic stuff out there for people to buy at the corner stores, and it's driving people crazy. But the version that they took in from the experiment and modified it and then put it out there to the public as regular weed or hydro is what, you know what I'm saying, the purpose of it was, but we can't see it. Just like we don't understand that we 50 million deep in this bitch. We didn't come from Africa. There was millions of us here prior to an African setting foot on this land. The first African set foot on this land came from Cape Town, which was the first place to get, which was originally Zulu territory, and was the first place in Africa. It's jiggling. Jiggle. I don't give a fuck. But it was one of the first places in Africa that was colonized. Remember, Africa was colonized way before we were colonized. They were colonized 1,000 years ahead of us. So they have a lot more brainwashing or we-washing of the brain to do than we do. But I digress from that. And I'm just talking about us Aboriginals here. What I'm trying to say is that we were here long before the Africans that did came here. Most likely came from South Africa and the Ivory Coast. They were already colonized, already had a European mindset if they were not mixed. I believe most of them were mixed. The ones I did find that they say were Africans that owned slaves. The few Aboriginals I found in history, I can't think of his name right now, but he owned some slaves, but he bought them to free them, you know. So, you know, we just believe anything. And I often tell myself that if a person really won a war, if they really won, why would they lie about it? You know, why lie and say and give us this out of Africa theory? Why send us false righteous people like E.B. Du Bois? Why do all this tampering if you won? You may call it conjecture on my part, but I feel like we're still at war. And we still are going through these tumultuous things as a people because we are still at war. And we still have an invader that we must fight and get off our land. But if we don't think this is our land, we think we came from Timbuktu over there. Timbuktu is a real place. a place made of gold. You know what I'm saying? It's not no bullshit. But we think we from Timbuktu, way on another continent, who until maybe the better part of 500 years ago, they even have a way to get here. You know what I mean? I mean, like, the planes and the ships that they have now. You know what I'm saying? I don't think they had that way to navigate until recently. You know what I mean? But I don't mean recently like in my lifetime. I mean recently like in our great-great-great-great-grandparents' lifetime. But anyway, back to the purpose of our video. I honestly am proud of them. They saw something wrong. They felt like they were being cheated. They were. And you know what? They went to the Capitol and climbed them goddamn walls and did what they had to do. And I really do think that a lot of these memes are government sanctioned, because we was too busy making fun of them, saying white people never call black people monkeys again and doing all this, so we didn't see the beauty of that. That was an example of what we need to do. You know what I'm saying? You got to understand, white people are the minority. There are very few Europeans here. And I'm talking about all the Europeans, from the Irish to the Englishman to the Brit. There are very few of them here. Even though their ancestors think that they're Indians and all that their stuff, they're brainwashed too. But there are very, very few of them here. We're like 50 million deep in this bitch. You know what I'm saying? And if we was to storm Capitol, maybe the first line may or may not get blew up. But one thing we did see, there are no mines in that front lawn. We saw the weak points. We saw the advantages. We saw how we can actually storm the Capitol by looking at how they did it. You know what I mean? But the thing is, they were dedicated and they knew their snipers. They knew all these things. They were still willing to die for that shit. You know what I mean? People, you can say all you want to. If they was black, they would have got gunned down. You know what I'm saying? Actually, they wouldn't have. You want to know why? Because it would have been in poor taste. And it would not have voted over well. And no matter what story that they put out, there are too many conscious European brethren here on Turtle Island to dispute certain facts, and they would have gotten mad right along with the rest of us who didn't storm the Capitol. So it would have been bad press. You know, you got Kamala Harris out here trying to dress down. This is a razor sharp suited bitch. She dresses like a fine European woman if I ever seen one. And she wants to now put on casual blazers, vintage t-shirts, and fucking chucks. Like, bitch, since when? She's trying to appeal to us like Michelle Obama did. You know what I mean? And we so small-minded until we'll fall for that shit. You know what I'm saying? Oh, she's with us because she's dressing down. What the fuck? What about all the black brothers and sisters that she contributed to mass incarceration? Oh, people say she has an exit program for felonies. Every state in this country has an exit program for felonies, for felons. Oh, this man killed a 9-year-old girl, and when she was a judge, she made sure she put him in prison. If she was a judge and it was evidence that proved without a shadow of a doubt that this man murdered this 9-year-old girl, he was supposed to get put in prison. She didn't go above and beyond the call of duty. She follows the law to the letter, and the law was not written for us. You know what I mean? And I'm going to give you an example of the perversion of law, because I definitely studied it. And I'm going to... I'm gonna break down the crime bill. Something everybody wants to talk about all of a sudden. It's on me that when Biden was working with the Obama administration, if he wanted to revisit the crime bill, he would have done it at that time over 12 years ago. But he did not. You know what I'm saying? People want to say what they want to say about Trump, but I trusted him as a president. I don't care if he's racist. All the presidents have been racist, including Barack, bitch ass Obama. But I trusted him as a president because he funded his own campaign. You know, he didn't have to kiss no ass or suck no dick to become president. Therefore, he didn't owe anybody anything, which is why all these fake Republicans who were really Democrats were ankle monitored up. That's why he was going after Hillary with a vengeance. That's why he was calling out all those white people in the Indian nations, the 5 civilized tribe leaders. And he was calling them things like Pocahontas and saying shit like they don't look Indian to me, because he owed no one any allegiance but whatever the fuck he wanted to do. You know what I mean? So with him being a president that was basically a free president, he didn't owe anybody a motherfucking thing for making him a president. Then he could do whatever he wanted to and move with impunity. And I didn't mind that. You know what I'm saying? The Mexicans bought Obama. So Obama didn't tackle immigration. You know what I'm saying? They say, oh, the Mexicans taking all the jobs. I mean, it's true. They're cheap labor. You know what I'm saying? What, like when I was working in the chemical plants, I still am, but when I was introduced to that industry, the least money I would accept for climbing 30 feet in the motherfucking air and getting on reactors and staying up there for hours when the wind blowing on this 100-year-old structure and I'm standing there cleaning this shit. I wasn't gonna do that shit for no less than $20. And that was an entry level when I first started. These Hispanics was doing it at $10, $12 an hour. You know what I'm saying? At one job I went to, I got hired at top pay. I was making more than them fucking supervisors, but they started at $10 an hour. So their up, you know what I'm saying, was different from my up. You know what I mean? And they all hated me and was mad at me for it. You know what I'm saying? As soon as they could fire me, they did. But it's the simple fact that, you know what I'm saying, they were willing to do it for that cheap pay. That's like $1,000 a week. You have to work mad overtime for that because we all know you have to make 80 to 100 hours at $10 an hour to see some money. You know what I'm saying? Yes, you get time and a half, but that's going to get taken from you in taxes. So, yeah, we did need a wall built. Yeah, we did need for people who want to come over here from other countries and stuff like that to come over here legally. Yes, Texas is theirs. This is originally Tejas, but you didn't fight hard enough for it, and them white folk took it. You know what I'm saying? You did what the mixed Indians did. You separated yourself from your dark, made yourself weak, and you got taken over, got your ass whooped. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? People like to think karma is exact. There's nothing exact about karma. You know what I'm saying? People think, oh, if you call somebody child ugly, you'll fuck up your child and your child will be born ugly or retarded. Nah, you could fuck with one of God's angels and talk bad about a baby and go bankrupt. You can sleep with somebody's husband and you think that, oh, somebody's going to sleep with your husband when you finally get one. Nah, you can sleep with somebody's husband and get into a car wreck. Karma is not exact, but it is absolute. So when the indigenous people, people like to call them the Mayans or the Aztec, but they're the Mexicans. Everybody here was dark as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of the Calciwa, Aztec, Chickasaw, Blackfoot, Creek, whatever the fuck you was, everybody was dark as fuck, was copper as fuck. And I explained to you colonialism in a whole bunch of videos. Go down there and click on some where I let you guys know what colonialism is. And the first thing you do when you colonize somewhere is you mix in with the people. So they mixed in with the Aztecs, made with what Reagan decided to call Hispanic and Mexicans later on down the line because I didn't want to be called black. Then he started calling out people of color. But anyway, that was in the 70s and 80s. Let's go back to before that. They mixed in with them. They told them that they dark was they dark and fuck them. You are the new, you are the best, you are the greatest, you are the elite. They separated you from your dark, and then not even 100 years later, here they come saying we want Tejas or Texas or whatever the fuck it was called before the colonizer got here. You know what I'm saying? There's Spanish is an English language. Spanish comes from Europe. You're like, what the fuck? Anyway, I digress. Back to Capitol Hill. I'm proud of them. They got in there. They made their motherfucking point clear. You can say they all going to jail if you want to, but at the end of the day, people who are fighting political battles have different rights and are viewed differently in the courtroom. Yeah, what you did was illegal, but you also had the right to do it according to the law. So all they're going to probably get is a bunch of felony trespassing at best. The same thing they tried to do to the Panthers. I'm telling you, when you're making a move politically and in alignment within your rights as a person, then it's not too much the law can do for you because you was exercising your rights. I felt like y'all was fucking over my president, so I came to his defense. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Political law is different than how it would affect a Samaritan. If one person decide to, or 10 people decide to bomb rush, or the same people decide to bomb rush the Capitol with no agenda, no purpose, they probably would have all been gunned down, and the ones that did get caught would be felony trespassers, terrorists, and all kind of other shit. But since they made their point clear and they said who they were clearly, then what they're gonna get a felony trespassing case, maybe a disorderly conduct or some shit like that. Mark my words, I'm telling you. And now that Joe Biden's in the White House, so they say, I don't know, I haven't followed it. I don't watch TV that much. When I do, I'm watching like a series or something on Netflix. But or documentaries on my phone, which is my favorite pastime aside of reading. But when they do decide, when y'all do see how Biden functions within the White House, then you understand why people were so against him being there in the first place. When Kamala gets there and she does her dirt, you're gonna see why they was against it in the first place. I believe that us as the majority people, we have the power economically to cripple this government. And the reason why we haven't done so is because they have made us slaves to fashion through social media. They use social media to manipulate us and make us think people that don't dress good ain't shit. So we believe that we ain't shit. And the reason why we believe we ain't shit is because we don't wear the things that other motherfuckers wear. We don't have the labels, the name brands, and shit like that. So now they got us focused on that. And their test, another experiment by way of COVID, is they gave a select few people $4,000 a month for like 6 months. That's $24,000. And what y'all do? Gucci, Prada. The line at the fucking Gucci and Louis Vuitton store was longer than the fucking COVID testing lines. And it was y'all. Same thing with the scammers. Everybody who was getting all this unemployment in all these other states, y'all, let me tell you the difference between black people and Mexicans. I love to talk shit about them, but I'm thinking no motherfuckers is like this. Especially on the outside looking in. And the more we perceive them or think them to be like this, the tighter they'll be as a people, because thoughts become things. Give me your main point. But Mexicans got scammers too. When they figured out how to scam that unemployment shit, they had a line. Because you know you can't just go to the ATM like that. They gonna lock the card up from what I hear. You know what I'm saying? So what you do? You go and you go to certain cash places and get you 6,000. You go to certain other places and get you this 1,000. You go do this, you go do that. See, Mexicans had that shit lined up. This scam artist already told them where to go cash that shit at. That Mexican already knew that this bitch was sending them. She already got her cut. You know what I'm saying? And then you go to the next place and get the rest of your money. See, Mexicans had this shit lined up. Black people trying to get $1,000 a day out the card, locking that motherfucker up. You got black people getting the 18, 17, 15,000, not want to tell the black people where to lick at so they can go get the motherfucking money. You got these people that know how to fuck with that SBA shit. All you gotta do is give them $2,000 and get you 8. Instead, they want to take the whole motherfucking 10 and then burn that bitch. And now, don't nobody want to do the SBA shit without a motherfucking deposit. And y'all ain't got no deposit money. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's ways out there for us to help one another, but we don't want to help one another because we steady being greedy. And why are we greedy? Because we slaves to fashion. We slaves to clothes. We slaves to shit on the outside instead of shit on the inside. I ain't pulled out one scam, not hit one lick during this COVID. And I lost my job because of the pandemic. But guess what? I ain't fell off. That's karma. It go both ways. It's absolute. There's good and bad karma. I don't fuck over nobody. I don't lie to nobody. I tell the truth even if you motherfucking me don't like it. When I walk into a room, I motherfucking shine. I ain't got to try. You know what I'm saying? I used to go through this thing where I used to feel left out, but that made me angry. But that didn't make me egotistical. You know what I'm saying? I always had an ego. I always thought I was pretty. I always thought I was the shit. And even though I wasn't conscious of what I thought of myself, I always moved within that capacity. You know what I'm saying? I always had a great vernacular. I always was an auditor. You know what I'm saying? These are me. This is fucking me. You know what I'm saying? And it's like motherfuckers that's done hated on me that got their karma. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers that's done fucked over me that got their karma. My shit, not to say that it's on me. My child's father broke my heart to little itty bitty pieces. And his life ain't been the same since. It is what it is. And instead of being apologetic and atone, that's the only way to get karma off your back. You know what I'm saying? Especially bad karma. Good karma, of course, you want to keep coming. Your atonement is to keep doing good things to good people or good things to bad people, however you want to do it, and to get what the universe got to give to you. But the only way to get bad karma off you is to atone for what you did. Yo, I know I fucked over you. I'm so fucking sorry. You know what I'm saying? Please forgive me. That person does not have to forgive you, but that's their negative karma they got coming their way. But the simple fact that you ask can change how the universe got your shit going. So you could say that those white people that stormed Capitol Hill would have been shot if they was black. Or how about they was in positive thinking? They was in positive alignment with the cosmic karmatic energy that was flowing through the universe. They was supposed to be shot and killed. They're supposed to make a motherfucking point. And for those of us that are looking at them, it should have been a shining example as to what we can do. Instead, we got full of jealous, full of hate. If they was black, they'd have died. They'd have died. We looked at it so negatively until we couldn't take the positivity from the situation. We couldn't even learn from the shit because we was too busy being negative. You know what I'm saying? I bet as soon as I said white power, all y'all eyebrows raised up. Y'all was like, what the fuck? What the fuck? But y'all didn't look at white folk like that when they was out there saying black power, and I seen a lot of them. You know what I'm saying? The worst thing that could happen in America is patriotic whites giving patriotic blacks. Now, I don't think we could do that just yet because we ain't patriotic enough. We don't love ourselves enough. Because when we got that when y'all, I ain't get it. God damn it. Well, they knew who to play with in that goddamn experiment. I'd have been all the way up. But, you know what I'm saying? Those people that got their unemployment money, that was $4,000 a month. You know what I'm saying? Y'all was getting, what, $1,200 a week? You know what I'm saying? Y'all got damn near 20 racks from the CARES Act. And y'all did was wear y'all shit. And now y'all broke trying to hit a lick, trying to get SBA and all that shit. Nigga, that was a social experiment. So instead of learning from the things that they do to us, we steady put hate out into the universe. And as a people, we suffer because more of us are angry than are happy and satisfied. More of us looked at that situation in jealousy instead of looking at the situation in awe. I was fucking proud of them people. They was mad as shit, and they stormed Capitol and did what the fuck they was supposed to do. On Capitol Hill makes a bill. Y'all remember that cartoon, goddamn? On Capitol Hill. And I ain't that old. I just used to watch Channel 8 all my life, and then you could Google this shit. I saw this shit on Google. But look, on YouTube. All I'm saying is that we got to get our britches out our ass. We got to get the sticks out our ass. We so full of hate and anger and vigor at the things that has happened to us as a people until we can't see the light through the anger. Anger is a dark cloud. Anger has negative cosmetic returns. You know what I'm saying? You can't walk through your life mad as fuck all the motherfucking time. It just don't work. You know what I'm saying? Just like you can't be mad at your baby daddy treating your child like shit. It don't work. You can't do that. You know what I'm saying? You can't. You cannot. Y'all can't be in y'all phones all motherfucking day and not look at an actual book and paper because the science has taken over our minds to the point to where we're starting to reap negative cosmic energy just from being on our phones all the day. That's why most of everybody that's staring at their phone all day, y'all blind as a motherfucking bat. If you was born needing corrective lenses, the phone making it worse. And every year your glasses get thicker and thicker and thicker. That's negative energy. Coming from that fucking phone, from being on social media all day, texting all motherfucking day. I don't look at my phone all goddamn day. When I look at TV, most time I'm looking at documentaries. My daughter don't want to watch TV with me now. Because she think the shit I be looking at is bored. I look at documentaries all the fucking day, or I find me a good cartoon to look at, or I look at a documentary while watching a movie. Fuck you. We all be in our phones watching TV at the same goddamn time. That's just to show how technology taking over. Look at that movie, that TV show come on Stars, American Gods, and you'll see what I'm saying. All this shit is having a negative impact on us as a people, and we cannot see the light. Walk to the light, Carol Ann. God damn it, walk to the goddamn light. Y'all gotta stop being so jealous and hateful at other races when they rise up because your punk ass didn't. You ain't willing to die for this shit. You ain't picked up arms. The cops steady killing y'all kids. Y'all know where these niggas stay. Y'all know when they going to trial. Or you in the courthouse ready to pick a motherfucker off. Let me tell you, a motherfucker touch my kid, my nigga, he gonna bury every last one of his motherfucking kids. He gonna try to kill himself by the time I'm done. I'm gonna kill every motherfucker. Call me karma. I'm gonna kill every motherfucker that nigga ever loved, ever touched, ever thought about. Period. I know how to survive off the land. I'll go in the woods, kill me a squirrel, put that bitch over open fire and eat that motherfucker. I know how to survive. I know what herbs will kill me and what herbs will make me stronger and gonna heal me. Y'all better go out and venture out into the motherfucking woods. I know grass is the original source of protein. That's why cows and all these other motherfucking animals eat it. I'll make me some grass soup sitting back there in them woods on the run until I kill every kid this nigga ever birthed, bastards included. That's y'all problem. Y'all not. If you gonna be on your phone all day, study science, study the earth, look up different herbs, see what's poisonous. At least find you one poisonous herb that grows on the land that you live in, and find one healing herb that grows on the land you live in. At least Google that much while you looking at Caesar beat the shit out of his daughter on YouTube. Like, y'all, we got to do better, man. We can't be so jealous of all these other races. We are the human race. In order to be a human, you have to be a hue embodied and a man. That's why white people, Europeans, call themselves mankind. They kind of like us, but they ain't us. But we can't even live in our own greatness because we won't sit to ourselves for a couple hours a day and meditate. I sit on my bed all the time with the TV off and the door closed, meditating. I don't even make that noise. And if you can't silence your mind, just hone in on one thought. I'm not thinking. That's why I used to always tell myself, I am not thinking. I am not thinking. And finally, I stopped thinking. And I was just sitting there. It was just me and the universe chilling. You know, when I stopped eating meat for them 3 years, I hopped out my body. You know what I'm saying? You can't have those type of experiences if you're not willing to let that hatred and jealousy go as a people. And we ain't gonna never make it there. We ain't gonna never take our land back from the colonizer. These motherfuckers is deep, embedded, implanted in your phone, in your television, in your life. They have made it so you can't live without them. Y'all scared to go pick food out the ground because y'all think it's dirty. Ugh. Y'all don't even want to smoke regular weed because y'all think it's dirty. Ooh, it tastes like dirt. Bitch, it's the earth. The fuck is it supposed to taste like? The earth. Motherfucker. Like, y'all so against, they got y'all so against nature. And us as people of nature, us people that are from the dirt, us people that are the chosen people, y'all love to say, y'all scared of everything that's natural. They got you motherfuckers in the house playing video games instead of outside absorbing the sun, getting the vitamins from the universe so that you can become one. But no! You want to sit inside because white folks sit inside and play video games all day. You don't want to go outside. You want to send your kids to school with people that don't look like them and never been through what they go through because what? Because what? White schools got the best education. Nigga, the best education come from the house. Ain't no white, black, or Mexican school gonna teach your black child about mitochondrial DNA, about the truth about melanin, the truth about history. You know, even if you look up the war I brought up earlier, the Spanish, that's what they call the Spanish-American War, as if that shit ain't all in the same motherfucking land. But anyway, when they fought those Aztec mixed with European Spaniards, and the other Englishmen over here had that fight over Texas, they don't tell you it's because they were saying, hey, we black as fuck over here, and you can't put slavery in Texas because you might get your people confused with my people because we all black as shit. They don't tell you that's what it really was about. They allude to it in probably one or two sentences, and then they get on with it and say that black ass motherfucker Santana, aka Sitting Bull, killed them women and children over in San Antonio. Like, who the fuck put they women and kids in their armory? That nigga went over there to blow up the armory and take away all y'all weapons. Y'all had y'all women and kids in there hiding because y'all some hoe ass niggas, and you feel like, oh, maybe they won't blow it up if we got the women and children in there. Y'all using motherfuckers as shields, and the shit didn't work because you had to kill President Pico. Yo, bad. And then when you look up President Pico, they don't have no record of this black motherfucker that used to run everything between from Texas all the way to New Mexico. Down New Mexico and Old Mexico, all that shit. They don't have no pictures of this motherfucker. The earliest Mexican president you'll see is that man that start with an A. And that's sad. You know what I'm saying? But go ahead on your phone and play the little bunny hop game and play pool on your iPhone and your text messages and scroll on Instagram all motherfucking day and FaceTime your friends all goddamn day instead of going to visit them and sitting in their face and be a slave to technology. Because as long as you're a slave to technology, you will not wield the power that be. As long as you jealous and hateful of white people, you will not come into yourself as a true aborigine. I'm sorry. Love and hate can't live in the same space. Jealousy and content can't live in the same space with admiration and self-assurement. You know what I'm saying? You cannot be off balance and centered. It don't work that way. You know what I'm saying? So instead of being mad at them white folk that ran up on that White House, I'm a little mad they didn't get my stimulus check on the way while they was up to change the amount of something. They should have had a hacker with them. But you know what I'm saying? Instead of being angry at them and jealous of them that they didn't get killed while they was doing it, be proud of them that, you know what I'm saying, some citizens thought some shit was fucked up and hinky and they went to address that shit. I'm happy for them. I ain't mad at them. I don't wish death upon them. Oh, if they look like me, they be dead. Okay, what's your point? You wishing death on people you didn't even know that was doing what they thought they had to do for the betterment of their people. You really low-key jealous and mad that you ain't got the courage to do what's good, what's in your heart for the betterment of your people. But you got your red bottoms, though. This Black Span, I'm out.